Alright, hey guys, Fitz back here. It's been a couple days, so let's just jump into this. This is gonna be series number 2 of this series, guys. So here, let me just get the game started here. So spawning in the bottom left on Bloody Ridge for game number 1 between Team mSj and Insane Without Limits for these Division A qualifiers. It will be Specter, Team mSj Specter here, and his opponent will be the white Protoss Insane Without Limits Executer, which if you guys don't know who the Executer is, well, let's put it this way. Well, that's not working. Hold on. I know why it's not working. But yeah. Alright, so let's get these people underway here. Well, you know what, actually, for this cast, for the purpose of this cast to make it easier, I'm gonna disregard our tab for the moment being here, just because, well, you're gonna see something at the end of the cast which I'm gonna be really excited to show you. But anyway, so I'm not gonna be using that tab for the time being. So Executor is gonna be putting out a pylon, 9 supply, nothing really that new in general. Also, I'm actually using the fish starter, the W launcher or whatever, and it comes with these other random plugins that, I mean, I guess just makes it a little bit more interesting. Kind of shows what's highlighted by the player. I mean, not really important, but it just kind of shows what's being selected, what's not. That's what that ring around their units are. So, you know, I've been actually slightly busy lately. I've been, well, my computer's busted right now, and I'm actually recording off my busted computer right now. What it means by it is, actually, my hard drive's busted, and what this ends up being is, well, randomly, that's what that like random pausing is. If you've been watching a lot of my VODs lately, sometimes it'll just be like 30 seconds of just randomly freezing, and that's just because of my hard drive. Apparently it's like, it works, but it's like a bad hard drive now, so it takes longer for data to get through. So, you know, if there's like a 30-second pause, I apologize for it. But alright, anyway, let's see, we have a gateway with gas opening, but then you're going to follow that up with Cybercore and like probably just a goon pressure. You know, a pretty much identical build from Executor as well here. I believe Executor opted to get a Zealot instead. Yeah, he went for a more of a, he got his Zealot up faster, so he's got to delay his Cybercore for a little bit while. I mean, little things like this, I mean, it's kind of a preference in general. I mean, I'd say Executor probably wants to be more on the aggression side right here, but I mean, sure, we're gonna have to see how that's really gonna go down, of course. Alright, so what do we have here? Okay, Cybercore is about to finishing for Executor right here. His Cybercore should be coming up shortly, or he's gonna disregard the Cybercore. Huh. That's bizarre. Well, oh, there it is, there it is. I was like, wait a minute, that's a little interesting. Alright, so he's putting down that second gateway. Pretty much identical timings for those gateways. Now, of course, range is going to be a little bit faster, as due to the timing of the Cybercore for Executor is actually slightly different here. But, oh yeah, it was actually a funny story today, actually. So, I was applying, I was going to have a job interview, right, at, this place called Best Buy. It's like an electronics store, and I was like, well, I know a lot of electronics and blah 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 blah, and you know, it's a great time, and I mean, I can help. I could probably help out a customer better there than, you know, what scrapes to buy at the local supermarket down the street from me. So I applied, and it was going good. You know, I spent like 45 minutes setting up the job application, and then that's followed up by, you know, getting like the 3 phone calls of like, are you there? Are you still interested? And then can we have time for that phone interview? And that was all going great. It was like, yeah, well, I'm probably gonna get this job. And obviously, I will spoil it. I did not get the job, but it's actually kind of funny. So I get there today, right? And my mom tells me to go put on a red polo, and I was like, well, it's like a cashier job, and it's really not like that worthy, and it's just like a minimum wage job. I didn't really think there was gonna be much to it, and I stupidly was arguing with her and blah 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 blah. Anyway, and then that's proceeded to be, oh, we have a robo coming down for Executor right now. Let me just quickly go with one right now. So we're up to continued 2-gate goon from Specter right here. Nothing really out of the ordinary right now. So anyway, continuing on with my story. Finally, after a lot of time, I was like, okay, fine, I'll go with it. I'll give in. I'll wear the red polo and I thought it was too tight, but it actually wasn't. I was thinking probably a different red polo, or I was just making some random shenanigans up. And you know, I get there and I'm waiting there, you know, 45 minutes. Well, I get there like 10 minutes early, you know, just to be like courteous and blah 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 blah. And so by the time my interview was supposed to happen at 3. The guy came out at 3:50, I think, and I got there at 3:45, 3:50. I was pretty much waiting there for about an hour, and he greets me with, "Oh, sorry about the wait," and then we walk about 10 paces. And I was wondering why he was taking me to the door, and they said, "Well, if you're gonna wear gym shorts to the to this place, I'm gonna have a different candidate go for you." And I was like, "Damn, I kind of forgot to wear khaki pants today," and I'm like, "Shit." And I kind of just walked out the door. Funny story. That's pretty much what my past 3 or 4 days have been, applying for a new job, and it's kind of just melted down to a one-liner. And that guy made me wait a long time, but still, it's pretty funny. But actually, getting back to this game, because it actually is widely more important than my job and my work ethic. Specter's just going Master Goon with DTs, and he's proxied that in the bottom part of his base here. If I didn't show it, but he's going to be going DTs. Now there should be an obs out for Executor if I'm not mistaken here. Now I'm not going to go reference that tab, but there already is an observer by his army right here, which I don't like how it's moving out right now. As well, let's put it this way: DT is going to be inbound, so maybe this obs will catch it though. I mean, the other obs should be out now, and he probably should just rally on top of his army. DTs can't happen. It's probably the normal follow-up after like a 2-gate goon pressure, because I mean, continued production of goons. I mean, like, you have like some extra gas and stuff off of one base. If you're just going two-gate Dragoon, if I think what Specter might have been better off doing. I mean, DTs for sure can do damage, and he's trying to get in the main base right here. As you can see, that he was actually selecting them for a second there. They actually really aren't going to do too much right now. And I mean, again, I'm all for you know sending out 1 or 2 DTs to see if you can cripple your opponent here. But the fact of the matter here though is that really didn't work, and he kind of rushed for the tech there. So it's kind of like hoping that this was going to do a lot of damage here. Because what's the transition after this if you don't do damage? I mean, versus like that's the difference between like a standard build and this kind of build. It's not a bad build order, but again, if you don't really do damage, and he's gonna try to follow this up with a next here. Neither player really wanted to commit there. I believe though Specter does have a higher. No. He actually has a significant lower supply. 66 to 50. Which actually surprises me. Now looking at the expansion timings here, it appears that Executor has like just a barely faster expansion timing. So yeah, but we're up to 4 gates now for Executor right now, and I'm trying to see here. We're up to 3 gates, or about to be a 3rd gate from Specter. And oddly enough though, Specter would have died from just any kind of DT pressure. As himself, he didn't get his robo out fast enough. But again, the robo and obs and the robo observatory. Oh, we got DTs in the base though. This is gonna be really annoying to deal with. It's got like 1 or 2 probe kills. Well, GG by Specter. I don't really know why he really wanted to GG. Oh well, there was a big battle happening over there, but I apologize for that. I apologize dearly for that. All right, there we go. All right, see, as you guys can tell, I'm really far away right now, and that is because, well, let me just tell you something. I'll tell you this after here. So, this game though, not a bad game. Just generic PvP. What we saw was Executor pretty much had a bigger army. And more or less the reason for that is he went more of a standard PvP build, opening with 2-gate goon, and then decided to go to robo, because remember what you're doing with that tech, because when you're teching to archives, you're delay. You can't put another gateway down and continue to produce others. I didn't check how long he was off of 3 gates, but I believe he was off of 3 gates for a substantial amount of time, because you have to remember, OBS, like the initial investment into get Robo is probably going to be a little bit more expensive than Templar Archive Deck. What I mean, because Citadel is like 150, 125, I think. 150, 100. Templar Archives is a little bit more expensive, but that initial like putting down the Robo is going to be a little more expensive. Observatory is really dirt cheap. I think it's like 50, 100 or something like that. Really, really cheap. And and then pretty much all you're spending is now gas on OBS. You're not really spending minerals versus DTs that are taking up gateway, queuing time. That could be dragoons, and they take up more gas. So you're spending that much more gas where you can't afford to make as many dragoons. So you're kind of stuck off of 2 gates off of 1 base. While you're getting OBS, you don't need to continue to produce them. A lot of OBS is better than less OBS, but getting to the point here, we saw better production coming out of Executor than we did Specter. And that's pretty much all we saw here. I mean, again, those supply counts did lead to it. 66 down to like 51 at that time. Both players took an expansion. And again, that's the weird thing. It's hard to transition out of a 2-gate DT. That's kind of all in. More specifically. But anyway, talking about my story real quick, because this is the end of the VOD. So, like I was saying, my job is Friday the 13th, man. This is not a great day for me, but I'm looking back and it's actually kind of funny. Making fun of myself. But anyway, talking about this, let me just get this music back on for you guys. And I have to say, though, it's been very bizarre. And also, like, computer died. Like, not today, but I'll put it in here for the bad things that have happened to me. And my computer hard drive just failed. So now I moved it down here because it's not, like, writing stuff to the hard drive tends to make it freeze or whatever. But right now it's working good, so don't worry. It's getting the VODs up. And getting past that. So I've been using it as pretty much like a YouTube hosting thing on my TV because smart TVs are like $1,000, which I guess if you merge my TV and my computer, that would be $1,000 right there. But I'm not selling both and then getting smart TV, and this actually is more versatile. The computer hooked up to the TV. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm watching StarCraft 2, I'm watching Brood War VODs, and also I've been watching some more Halo Reach stuff. That's kind of fun stuff right there. So a little non-StarCraft. But that's all. So this should be this casting environment as I'm in full frame. Good stuff. Do you see any other caster doing this? I don't think so. I mean, I don't have, it's not pretty where I'm around, but man, I am so awesome. You don't even know how awesome I am. Alright, but guys, that pretty much concludes this VOD. I really don't know what else to talk about. Why don't we just go on to game number 2? I'll update the overlay with game 1 going down to Executor because I forgot to do it in-game. And I'll try to use those that tab. But as you guys can tell right here, I'm using my iPad with this really cheap $2 eBay mouse that I got. And see like how awkward it is. It's kind of hard to tell, I know. But my keyboard's black and it kind of blends in. But like I kind of have to like go like this, and it's hard to explain, but it's gonna be a little awkward. But I'll leave it at that. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll go on to game number 2 now. All right, it's been a fun time.